Hello and good evening, everybody, and a big happy new year as well, of course. It is January the 3rd, 2021, and getting ready to kick off the first week of the new year trading. And let's just take a look at the week that was. It was a short week, lower volume, but lots of fireworks right at the end of Thursday when we had that big push right into the close. A crazy move. I'm not going to speculate why that happened, but anyway, let's just dive in here and let's take a look at how things are shaping up. We've got a couple of interesting news items. Of course, they had the delisting or threatening to delist three Chinese companies. They're telecom companies, and of course, Beijing's threatening to retaliate. But it's going to be interesting to see how all the Chinese interlisted stocks, Baidu, of course, some of the popular ones, Bilibili, JD, see how they react to this on Monday. I'm going to be guessing there's going to be some selling pressure there. So that's going to be interesting. You can see here the futures right now. We are pretty much flat. I mean, that's not much of a change. Small caps are trending, are the only thing in the green right now. And the other interesting thing, couple things that I've noted here, gold and silver breaking out here. 1912 on gold is a sort of a breakout level, so I'd be watching to see if this holds. But it looks like it's and it's been getting stronger as I've been watching it here. Silver, of course, following along, getting a nice percentage move, and nat gas is really bumping up here tonight in the futures market, so it's kind of interesting. The other thing that, of course, that some of our people or some of our traders have the cryptocurrencies. We've got Bitcoin up close to 33,000 here. Had a big move over the weekend, and so Bitcoin, gold, all busting a move here and to the new year. Just before we get into looking at the indexes, let's look at what we got on the calendar this week. We've got MU, Micron, that'll be interesting. Carnival Cruise Lines, Bed Bath & Beyond. A few interesting stocks here reporting this week. And I believe as we get into the week, we'll have the non-farm payrolls, and there might even be Fed meeting minutes released later in the week as well. So, so some interesting stuff coming this week down the pipe. And, of course, we've got a big geopolitical things happening this week. We've got the Senate race, the vote happening on the 6th, I believe, and that's going to be a real market mover, of course, depending on which way that swings one way or another. So expecting a bit of volatility this week, I would say a bit to a lot. It'll be interesting to see what happens when we get through the election. That's going to be the big one. So let's go through the indexes here quickly, and you can see here transports on the daily. We're just sort of churning along sideways right now. On the week, of course, we had a bit of a down week again holding support here, and volume really dropping off over these last couple weeks. Of course, that's not to be unexpected, not to be, you can see here as we get it through Christmas, of course, the volume does drop off, and but we are holding support there. It's still uptrend, still intact, although waning a bit. The Dow broke out to a new high on Thursday, and on the week, breaking out all-time high, up 1.3%, which is pretty typical of the Santa Claus rallies. They average about a 1.3% increase over the course of the 7 days, and we still got a couple trading days in the new year to get through for the full Santa Claus rally. So again, volume pretty light on the last couple of weeks here, but a nice gain on the Dow, all-time high. And the Qs, again, let's look at the weekly. Again, breaking out to a new high, up 1.33% again on the week. And again, what can you say? Still in an uptrend, volume pretty light here. And we'll see if we get continuation move higher next week, but trend is still to the upside. And the SPY, again, nice day on Thursday, big push into the close, again going out at or near all-time high. Certainly a new high on a weekly basis. up 1.33% again. Funny how all these are up almost exactly the same percentage. And you can see here, stochastics, everything's getting a little bit overbought here. And the small caps didn't fare as well this week. We've had a bit of a pullback. Pullback, not necessarily a bad thing. We did really get up and we were staying above into this overbought territory. So it really did need a bit of a pullback consolidation, pause to refresh, whatever you want to call it. You can see the stochastics coming down and RSI maybe flattening out here. So maybe it is the only index that's in the green right now. So let's take a look at it on a weekly basis. Again, we had a bit of a pullback here. Again, may just be a pause, refresh, and then another push higher. Volume was actually up on the week. So again, small caps will be the place you want to be if you believe there's going to be an economic recovery. The TLT, again, this looks like it's on the verge of breaking out. So bond prices possibly going higher means yields are coming down, which of course will be good for the market overall, and maybe not so great for the banks. But if the market goes up, maybe the banks go up too. They are buying back their shares now. Got clearance to do that. So the big money centers, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, probably all buying back shares now again. So again, this is pretty flat right now. I think it's a bit of an indecision as to which way this is going to go. But this is the 10-year yield, and it does look like it's broken this trend again. RSI heading lower, stochastics heading lower, MACD crossed over. So yeah, it looks like yields are maybe breaking down a bit here. The dollar had another ugly week, selling off, gap down, sold off. But on the daily chart, we did manage a bounce on Thursday. But again, this may just be a dead cat bounce on this. Let's take a quick look at the weekly on it. I'm sure it's going to be equally ugly here. We're down we're back in where there was support here. You can see back in 18. We've talked about this before. We're right at this level, and I expect a bit of a bounce here. But but the trend is definitely well established to the downside, so we'd need to see some bottoming action, maybe a double bottom before we'd think that the trend would be changing. So let's take a quick look at some of the actives that are in my account right now. You can see I've been in this agriculture fund for quite a while. All the agriculture, a lot of the agriculture commodities are all just hitting new highs, and you can see here it's been just continuing to grind higher. It's been a nice percentage move back here from when I got into it under 15, and that's been working out real well. EEM, still like the emerging markets, especially with a weak dollar. They tend to do better when the dollar's weak. GDX, I'm in. This is looking like it's forming a nice little pennant here. And as I've been mentioning all along, I'm expecting a breakout, which should happen tomorrow if gold stays strong. So I may add to the position once we start to break out. This is the way I'm playing it on my Canadian side. Again, playing silver and gold, PAAS. It's looking pretty solid there. And this is my psychedelics, one of my psychedelics trades. It's pulling back here. I'm just going to watch to make sure it doesn't break down below this moving average 55. And other than that, and then the other one I was looking at, of course, we got into Trill. This was one I've been watching for a while. Like this, however you want to describe this could be cup and handle, a higher low here. And just a really nice breakout through these moving averages on Friday especially. So I'll be watching, see if we can get up to this sort of 1570, 70, 80 level, 1580. So it's kind of where we went out here at 16. High here was 1689. So I'll be looking to exit some at 16 for sure. And what have we got on watch here? Quickly, there's lots to watch, but Clean Spark still been a nice move. I've just got waiting for a bit of a pullback, and Fubu definitely had a big V reversal here, and it's come back to an area where I think it'll find some support somewhere around this 26 level. If we can get down sort of into that close to that 26.50 maybe, I might take a bit of an entry here. You can see here we're really getting oversold. Got a bit of ways to go yet, but could be interesting. This is the way to play Bitcoin, or at least one way. It's a little bit hairy. This is going to gap up probably on Monday. Neo is looking at it because I thought it was going to break out on Friday, but at the end of the day, that's why you want to wait till end of the day. It did a pretty significant pullback right at the end of the day, and we didn't actually end up with a breakout. So I'll be watching for this to break out. If it can hold above, I'm going to say if it can hold above the 50 level into a close, it'll be ready to break out here. But again, be careful with this one because we'll see how the Chinese stocks react on Monday to the news about the delisting of the 3 telecoms. Nano D we've been playing a little bit with. It does seem to be putting in a bit of a topping pattern here. Maybe wait for it to pull back to that moving average to get an entry. Silver, again, breaking out with gold. Really liking that. And again, Trill. Still, I've already talked about that. Probably delete that from the watch because I'm not watching it anymore. I'm in it. So everybody, I hope you all had a great holiday and getting ready to hit the ground running in the new year here. 8:30 tomorrow morning. Norm and Carlos will be opening up with a pre-market show, as always, live on YouTube as well if you want to join us there. And then we'll be ready to trade the first day of the 2021 at 9:30. Hope you can all join us, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. This is my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade, if you haven't checked it out yet. And have a great rest of the evening, everybody. We'll hopefully see you in the morning. Bye for now.